For years, the foundation of Corry's homework was built on the repetitive mechanical reality of the trades, swinging hammers, cutting lumber, and striking wood. This era involved personally crawling under porches and doing the heavy lifting to rescue failed DIY projects for the local community. Corry's personal physical presence on the job site became the central identity of the company, building a brand tied directly to his own sweat equity. While this one-man army approach earns deep customer loyalty, it also creates an operational bottleneck. The company's growth is strictly limited by the capacity of one person's hands. Years of manual labor eventually demand a physiological payment. The joints and spine can only sustain so many seasons of heavy lifting before the body forces a change. Corry reached that limit when his back sustained enough damage to make carrying drywall or bending over for long hours impossible. This created a fork in the road for the business. Corry had to either close the doors or find a way to get the work done without touching the tools himself. This physical restriction is forcing the shift into a management-heavy role that allows the company to scale beyond Corry's individual stamina. Rather than winding down, Corry's homework is expanding into a decentralized service network. Corry spent the last year vetting and training a specific group of subcontractors, now organized into the DIY Rescue Network. The company now operates through 5 swarm teams, led by master tradesmen. Corry's new role as systems architect and chief estimator occupies the top node of the structure, focusing entirely on the math and project design. By delegating the manual labor to these crews, the company can now manage 5 job sites simultaneously, instead of 1. To coordinate this network, the workflow starts with Corry arriving on site as a pure project estimator to survey the damage and calculate costs. Corry uses the Jobber app to build a digital estimate in the driveway. When the customer clicks Approve, data moves to a centralized routing hub. The system alerts the swarm teams immediately, and the first available crew claims the job. Using digital dispatch and a pre-vetted network of crews allows for a faster, more repeatable process than a traditional handyman could manage on his own. Longtime customers will likely expect to see Corry wearing a tool belt and doing the work himself. Corry must communicate clearly that he is now the project manager and architect, ensuring the plan is solid while his specialized teams handle the execution. Maintaining this boundary is necessary to ensure Corry stays focused on high-level management, rather than being pulled back into the physical labor he can no longer perform. Corry's income is now generated by the volume of work he can find and coordinate for his 5 teams. The company is aggressively pursuing this volume by offering free estimates and full project bidding for all local residents. Corry is also utilizing neighborhood residency, canvassing the homes surrounding an active job site to provide on-the-spot quotes while his crews are already nearby. The truck functions as a mobile office designed for route density and signing the contracts that keep the network moving. The DIY Rescue Network is now equipped to handle projects ranging from small punch lists to full home remodels. To keep these teams busy, Corry is looking to fill his dashboard with at least 10 to 15 new estimates this week. You can request a free estimate today by using the phone number or the booking link shown on your screen. By stepping back from the physical labor, Corry has moved into a leadership role that allows him to direct a wide network of crews across the community.